you were there when the two additional hordes and the Tyranid warrior showed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, those are all dead, obviously.
Okay.
A few red shirts went with them. I'm not sure how many. There's not too many left.
Okay.
I want to say 12?
Out of the 25 that we brought? Okay.
I know you left some behind at the ship as well. Went with them. I'm
Okay.
not sure how many. There's not too many
Zennith
left.
keeps using them to catch things.
Of course she does. Okay,
I'm now instituting that they have to pass. Basically, you get to make a dodge roll using their stats, and if that succeeds, they die. But if it fails, they don't die, and you still get hit. Although, unfortunately, the one dodge roll that failed was the one where the Tyranid warrior blew Denev's foot off.
Oh, She doesn't have a foot. She doesn't have a foot.
Whereupon she proceeded to incinerate the Tyranid warrior.
No, first she locked its ass in place, and then incinerated it while singing O Fortuna.
So, she didn't bleed out, I assume.
No, it was energy damage. I'm saying she's cauterized. I mean, it's not pleasant, and she's well into the negatives range.
You're like pissed off and in need of a piggyback ride.
I'm gonna make so many like limping jokes from now on towards your character.
If you would have seen what happened after that happened, you might not want to.
Okay, yeah,
Carnage.
She will burn you alive and not hesitate.
No, I think I'd win that initiative roll.
That would happen.
What? That I would win initiative roll?
Yeah, you have crazy initiative stuff.
So, like, if I saw her starting
Spend
to
a
look
fate
at
point, automatically take 10.
What?
Then if it spends a fate point, automatically take 10 on initiative.
I can just re-roll it.
To get a 10?
Well, can I spend a fate point to automatically get a 10?
Yeah, that's the thing you can do with fate on initiative.
Oh, well then I would win. My agility is higher.
And he has special initiative bonuses from being an archmilitant.
Yeah.
And from holding pistols.
Oh, do I get something from holding a pistol?
That's why you're getting an initiative bonus at all.
And then you take out the navigator, and then you get your ass stuck in the warp and get eaten by demons. Have fun with that.
Yeah, so Denev's at -5 right now. She got healed up by 1 due to first aid.
I'm gonna call her Stumpy from now on. Her name is no longer Denev.
Until I get Robofoot, and then I put it up your ass. Be my own personal puppet. Literal sock
so
puppet.
far you'll taste steel.
I've watched enough hentai to know that that's completely possible.
Yes, entirely a thing that can happen.
Might confirm foot fetishist.
The captain has my back on this.
Now, to be clear, is that activity known as fusting?
Footsing. Footsing. It would be... Okay, wait.
Ankling?
No, it would be...
Ankling.
Ankling? Ankling.
This is a lovely conversation.
Try.
I am happy that this conversation is taking place.
Oh, this beer is curing my allergies.
And your sobriety at the same time.
Oh.
It's a twofer.
Curing is a strong word, I think.
Well, treating.
Alleviating?
It might also be the reactant I just took. That could be it. All right.
I think it's all the prayers I've said for you.
You better not be getting any of that on me.
You should only blast people with energy if they want to be blasted.
Hold on, I am checking a thing related to the Tyranid. Bear with me.
I have to go off headset for a minute.
Fucking fact, I can't use anything anymore at the moment until...
What?
I have so much fatigue that I couldn't use anything at this point.
Aren't you only at 4 right now?
Well, yeah, but then... even with that, like, you get a certain number of uses of things up to your, toughness bonus? Or, no, the amount of fatigue that you normally have. And I think 4 is my max. So then I start getting more exhaustion.
Yeah. But aren't you still good for, Held in My Gaze, since it doesn't have a fatigue cost? I mean, you still suffer penalty to the willpower check.
Yeah. I guess there's that, but that's all I can do. So hopefully it'll work again.
And you torch yourself. I mean, you probably could do Lidless Eye, but you'd torch yourself doing so.
Yeah. And I think I only have one left of, on the flamethrower.
Yeah.
No, you can just reload it, or... Did you say you can only have so many packs?
You only have 4 packs.
Oh, okay. How does exhaustion work again? Did you just get -10 for being in exhaustion, and then... like, if you reach your limit, then you collapse?
I forget what happens once you get fatigue. Once you like start getting fatigue past your base limit, a thing happens. I can't remember what it is. If you just pass out, or if worse things happen.
I think you pass out to a certain point, and then everything after that is probably pretty bad.
Only in this game would pass out be the start of the chart, and then gets worse from there.
No. I'm sure it'll be on those. Maybe combat. Equals to your toughness bonus, and
Fortunately, Zennith is crazy tough for someone who should not be.
should the character take a number of levels of fatigue in excess of your toughness bonus, they collapse unconscious for 10 minus TB, a toughness bonus minute per minute. Shit, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all that happens. That's it.
Huh.
No...
That's not good, but...
Wait, so like twice... Wait, 4 like... So I'd be like 4 over the toughness bonus? So like 8 fatigue would collapse?
It's anything over your toughness bonus.
Oh, so 5 I collapse, great.
Then you collapse for 5 minutes.
So I definitely need piggyback rides.
Well, if we have any red shirts left, that's what they're for.
Exactly.
There are effects of having 0 in a characteristic score. Like, if you got 0 strength, then you just collapse. And then you go unconscious. 0 toughness, you die. 0 agility, you're paralyzed, helpless, and can't make any actions.
I don't suppose they have neural interface power wheelchairs in this universe.
Probably.
Professor Xavier?
mean, at a certain point, tech priests stop caring whether or not they look humanoid.
They become some kind of Adrian Barbeau bot.
I mean, isn't that basically my plan at this point?
My character's goal is to become WWE Champion John Cena.
Dun, 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 dun.
We are not having wrestling in this house.
Hello?
That's when you call in Ronda
Goodbye to
Rousey.
anybody who steps in the way.
Is Champ there?
Oh, well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. What a beautiful wedding. What a beautiful wedding, says the bridesmaid to a waiter. That's what a shame the poor groom's bride is John Cena! Ba, ba, da, ba. Oh, there's so many good cuts of that. There's one in Pocahontas.
Yep.
Ah.
Can you paint with all the colors of John Cena?
No, it's just like when they're talking and like he's like, "What is your name?" Pocahontas. And he's like, "What? My name is John Cena." Yeah. Anyway, back to business. So Denov lost a foot.
Yes.
Are we back on the?
Rip foot.
Are we back on the thingy? The ship?
No.
I don't think we didn't leave. We're still there.
Yeah, we just ended when the Horde was dead. You guys still have a thing that you came here to destroy or shut down, in theory.
Also, we lack XP.
Did she incinerate the thing that ate her foot?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that got ripped.
Yep.
So
Along-
there's no chance in getting that foot back, right?
Oh, it didn't eat her foot. It blew it apart. It had like a biogun grown onto its arm.
Oh.
Yes, the
So it's
biogun.
laying over there.
You couldn't fire her foot if you were able to suck all the oxygen out of the area and then technically like molecularly reassemble her foot.
I'll read what happened. Was it the energy attack fries the leg, leaving a mess of blackened flesh.
Crit
The leg's
6.
broken until a 6.
Yeah, it was crit
burn-
6,
burn
not 7.
sides, so-
She failed the toughness test.
Charring the flesh and emitting a foul aroma. So yeah, you've got no foot.
Although I'm not sure exactly what kind of energy it was, acidic or, like if it was some kind of acidic corrosive chemical, or if it was,
It probably makes more sense than like a burst of energy.
I mean, it is Tyranid, they can evolve fucking anything given time, so maybe it was energy, but I don't know.
My character turns to Denov and says, "So, like, do you have a ghost foot now? Like, do you still think your foot's there?"
The limbs of the comrades at last. My foot, keeps hurting. Slam your fist on the gum cutter.
You don't want to be
For all those
asking me that question right now. Just kind of shakes the flamethrower at her side slightly.
Oh, don't, might not want to threaten me. I could easily shoot off the other one.
Lady Lord Captain, can I kill him later?
Possibly, but we need him right now.
Yes,
That's right.
ma'am.
Soul intact? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Do you need me as much as she needed her foot? Oh, shots fired! Bullets expelled! Shoot, shot
You'll
it!
rule this hour. You'll rule this hour on this hour.
All right, let's go. All right, so are we close to getting what we came for? Or let's keep moving. Somebody get her a cane.
I'm just having 2 red shirts. Or like one red trigger for a piggyback ride, or two of them act as like a wheelchair.
All right, I'm gonna turn to a free red shirt. Like you, give me a piggyback ride.
Sir?
A piggyback ride. I want one too.
Oh,
Are you
wait.
sure you want to be qualified for that?
What do you mean?
Think for a moment why Zennith is getting one, and then ask yourself, do I want to be qualified for a piggyback ride?
No, I just want a piggyback ride. You, give me a piggyback ride.
I think the captain overrules you.
Do a command test. Try it. Do a command test. I don't think you actually have command, so it's at half, but...
I think I have command for...
Yeah, I think he actually did.
but I don't have... Let me check my stats. I forgot to open my sheet.
The captain can still overrule him.
You can only buy it at rank 3. It would have had to come from somewhere other than buying.
I have... No, I don't have command.
You've been prepping to get it, but it's a rank 3 ability for Arch Militants.
I have wrangling.
Speaking of,
That would help.
You're just gonna like put him in a lasso and make it. Your guys are going to rebel, man. There's gonna be a mutiny on this ship.
That would actually be more likely to work on a Tyrannid than one of the red shirts wrangling would.
Oh, should I wrangle a Tyrannid, get a Tyrannid pet? Is that possible?
Probably not.
Okay.
Define pet.
Something I could ride into battle.
how did Tyrannid reproduce again?
Not unlike orcs.
No, they consume the flesh of things they kill, and then they like repurpose that flesh.
Well, they not just things they kill. All organic stuff basically gets mulched and thrown into giant gestation pools that kind of bubble and produce stuff. And they also have spores and seeds and larvas and pretty much any form of organic reproduction you could imagine. The Tyrannid got it.
Budding!
Probably that.
Right, so if you can assure me that your Tyrannid pet is entirely non-generative, then sure, but I don't think you can geld it enough.
What is that about a Tyrannid pet?
I was wondering if my wrangling skill could let me to get like a Tyrannid pet.
Why would you want a Tyrannid pet?
Why not? It's badass.
Well, it wouldn't be helpful, I think.
I turn to the captain and I say, "What do you think about like I've been having this idea lately? What do you think about like a fight pit on the ship? We can
If
all
you want
bet
a
on.
trophy, you can get a trophy if you want.
We can all bet on people in the fight pit."
You just haven't been to the right areas of the ship to think that we don't already have a fight pit.
Oh, you know of the fight pit? You know of a fight pit? Oh, you gotta let me in.
I'm technically not there. He's technically on the ship right now.
Okay.
But or at least I think so.
We can say you're there if you want to be there.
Like you came down.
It depends. It depends on how close there to the thing.
You heard Zennith screaming on the comms about her fucking foot. You wanted to come down. You're like, "Are you okay?"
The only way I'd probably be able to hear you, honestly, is if you had an astropath here.
That sounded like it really hurt.
You do,
You do, but I
but,
think there was a black thing around the warp, wasn't there?
yeah, your Vox transmissions are more likely to get through than psychic transmissions right now. The Tyrannid
Oh.
here.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the Tyrannid produce what is called the shadow across the warp.
That's it.
I had no idea.
We'll see what
Yeah,
you
they're,
use
they're
that for
all slightly,
beacons.
they're all slightly warp. Like
Maybe I can get one of those
have a
crude mounts.
warp present.
That is totally a possibility.
Why would you keep on wanting to ride things that can eat you instead of things that go fast and you could put guns on, like a motorcycle?
Pretty much any time you encounter
I'm a cowboy?
Pretty much any time you encounter horrible monsters in this game, and they're not explicitly a demon or a Tyrannid, you can probably use wrangling to try and tame them.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many Narcos do you have prepared?
On an alien horse I ride, and I'm wanted. Dead or alive.
I mean,
What?
like,
Dead or dead. This is Warhammer.
You know
I mean,
who else
like,
is wanted
in theory-
again? John Cena!
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric.
But yeah, like in theory, that gigantic ghost bug that was bigger than the gun cutter, that's an animal. Wrangling works on animals.
Oh my god. Okay. I'll know that for next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and rule that if it's bigger than the gun cutter, you can't bring it back.
Do you have any idea how much you could sell a giant domesticated monster for?
Some.
Probably like half a shuriken blaster.
Or better yet, a trade in giant domesticated monsters?
Oh, domesticated, I imagine quite a lot.
Fine, but it's not like we have room in the Zennith for it. We're going to have to outfit a ship for those special.
That's like the size of a planet. We definitely have like unused portions of the ship we could use. Definitely.
More like the size of a city. A big city.
Yeah, we could fit a giant creature.
I
in there.
actually think we don't have extra space.
We could just evict some of the people in our ship.
Do we not have storage bays?
You
That is a
you explicitly do have a cargo bay. You had 2 of them, but one of them was retrofitted into a fighter bay.
Oh, okay. I thought both of them were fit into fighter base.
No, I mean
Does
you
that
can.
have a big enough door to get giant bugs in?
Yeah, it has a big enough door to get anything in there that would fit in there.
Oh, fantastic. Is
But-
the giant bug likely to get out and rampage around the ship?
I would say it's probably an exterior access door for getting it in there. So, being vented into space, yes. Getting out of the ship, probably not.
I just don't want it going around softening bulkheads.
Depends entirely on whether or not it is corrosive enough. Oh, right, it was a ghost bug. It could go anywhere.
Oh, right. Phasing. What you need to do is you need to get a beast and then give it an exploding collar, so if it ever gets out of line at all, you explode its face.
No, you have to. It's got to be electrical collar, so you don't kill it. It gets out of line.
That's because you want to keep it.
I want a big fucking bug thing. That'd be sick. I'd rather have a dinosaur, of course, but
Well, this is Warhammer. Finding a dinosaur to ride isn't difficult.
oh, we should go to a prehistoric planet.
We can
Maybe
go
you're going to get a
there.
squiggoth. Have you seen what squiggoths are?
A what?
Squiggoth.
What's a squigoth? Let me
Let's swing
Google.
off.
It's one of the many things that comes from the orc ecosystem.
I have seen them.
Oh, I probably fought one. I
It's
want
like
one.
a giant reptile elephant.
Yeah, that looks cool. I'll take it. What
You hate orcs, though.
those crude things though? Oh yeah, that's not an orc. It's just a creature. It's like a creature. But I want a crute. I want a crute. One of those crute things.
There's a few Kroot things.
The crute dinosaur
Things
things.
that they
right?
ride.
Everything the Kroot ride are dinosaur-like, because so are the Kroot.
Crute Dino Rider.
A,
Oh
nar-
yeah, there is.
a Narlock, I think, is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
KNR.
Can you actually ride those?
LOC.
I
They
just
look
want to get a
like-
scout bike.
Yeah,
They look
the
like-
Kroot
they-
ride them.
they
Wow.
look like those things in Oddworld. You know.
Side note, is there a book with more vehicles, or is just Into the Warp?
Mean Into the Storm.
Oh yeah, sorry, Into the Storm.
I think it's just Into the Storm unless one branches out into other RPGs books, which one could, in theory. Like, the Only War books would have shit tons, because that's the Imperial Guard stuff.
Yeah, I've seen like Goliath stats in there and stuff.
They'd require some retrofitting, though, because they use rules
Yeah.
we don't use, and we use rules they don't use.
Yeah, fair enough. No, it's cool. I mean, I have an eye on a scout bike, but that's like, future stuff.
Yeah.
Assuming, again, that I come up if I start playing. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, I fucked that up.
When we were fighting the Tyranid, did you make us take like a scare test?
I did, but you passed it.
Okay, I automatically passed those, don't I?
Only of Fear 2, I think. This was Fear 3.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, do we get EXP?
You have 200 total now.
Oh,
Oh, what can I buy?
I think I can go by Jaded.
Yeah, that's the 100 from the session, from last session and the session before it. So you all currently have 200 XP to spend, unless you didn't spend any of the XP from when you got to rank 2.
Have you told us what XP we got last week, or the week before? Like, you didn't tell us, did you?
Yeah, but right now you have a total of 200, unless you didn't spend anything from when you...
I think I didn't spend any, so I think I gained 200. So I had 100 XP from whatever I was...
So if you didn't spend anything, you'd have 400, because you got 200 over when you got to rank 2.
Oh, I'm confused now.
What's down Constitution times 3?
Gives you one
extra
extra
hit point.
Yeah, extra hit points.
Times 3 though? Oh.
That means you can buy it.
Take it.
Yeah. Takedown, let's see. 96.
Yeah, so Josh, if you bought nothing from rank 2 assassin, or your
Yeah.
then you would have 400. But if you bought anything from rank 2 assassin, then you'd have minus whatever cost thing you bought.
I'm gonna have to look in the book. I don't think I have yet, so...
Oh, cool.
I know everyone else, or I don't know if Romeo spent his 200 rank 2 XP on anything.
Oh, I did. That's why I can speak Eldar.
Oh, right, yes. And what
Yep.
did the captain get anything? I know Denov did, and I know Geralt did.
Takedown. It's a half action. The explorer may declare that he's attempting a takedown before testing weapon skill. If he hits and would have done at least 1 point of damage, then ignore the damage, and the opponent must make a toughness test to be stunned for 1 round. It's good for taking people alive.
It's, oh, yeah, that is rank 2 Arch Militant for 200 XP.
I don't know if I want that.
I may have to give myself dodge.
Dodge is a very good skill.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, everything costs 200 in rank 2. I didn't think I got any.
You have...
Actually, no, I got navigation service. I got navigation service. So that's 200 XP.
Right, because you did
And
find situations where that would have been useful. I think you even used it recently after you bought it.
I did, but I failed.
Yeah, you did. But, so yeah, everyone has 200 to spend.
Okay, then.
Or 200 to save, you know, if you don't want to spend it. Want to save it for something.
Rapid reload. I don't need that. I have so many guns.
Yeah, you're with your multi-guns and your quick draw.
Let's see. I was thinking True Grit or Takedown.
I'm gonna get acrobatics, I think.
What's acrobatics do?
Acrobatic stuff.
It's just skill training for acrobatics like you would use in D&D.
But it's advanced, so...
But yeah, so you can't do untrained.
I can.
Yeah, about security.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, everybody spent their rank 2 XP. Some of you got more interesting things than others.
Tracking's pretty cool.
I'm gonna preemptively take barter because I'm almost crazy enough to not worry about fear for a little bit. I think.
Don't you already have tracking? I can't recall if you got that from something, or was that Thaddeus who already has tracking? Yeah, okay, it was Thaddeus who has tracking.
And what does that do? Tracking?
Yeah, pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Following
Okay,
trails.
so I had 100 XP to spend noted on my sheet. I'm not sure where that's from.
That was from the session before last session. That is now 200 total.
Yeah, it's like from like what a ranger would do from D&D, track people.
I'm gonna take True Grit.
What's True Grit do? It makes it so you have critical damage.
Critical damage, yeah.
Or you have to roll on critical charts, right?
Reduce critical damage these 4 takes.
Well, you don't roll on critical charts in the first place.
Right. I meant yeah.
Yeah, you have critical damage that you take.
Shrug off. Yeah, half it.
Yep, taking that. True Grit sounds like cowboy. There's a movie called True Grit.
There is that.
Yeah, but it's about
Wait, if your
a
skills
girl.
are based on Cowboy Mountain or Cowboy,
Is it about a
Mountain, does that mean,
Does
that mean you've got a skill called Brokeback Mountain?
Yo.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
In Warhammer, that's called, what is it? The one that lets you resist. Oh, what is it called? The one where you're just rowdy. I swear to God, it's a skill.
What?
I'm looking it up. It's totally a skill.
Carouse?
Carouse.
Although, carouse just means that you drink and whore and drug a lot. It doesn't technically mean you're homosexual. Although you could...
Yeah, I know.
That is
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you have enough to be skilled in it, like that is if Brokeback were to be a skill, it would be in carouse, maybe charm.
I would assume carouse be like the juggalo skill.
Is it juggalo skill?
Carouse is totally the juggalo skill. It is 100% the juggalo skill.
And you can totally have the character motivation that is based around carouse. The no pleasure left unexplored? Which gives you a bonus to carouse.
Sounds like David Bowie.
Oh, Jean.
But, okay. Surging forward into the Tyranid-infested complex.
No, we're going to talk about juggle elves instead. Just sitting down in the hallway talking.
It's the only way I can keep my mind occupied on something else.
I'm saying probably it's a tech priest that's helping Zennith.
So I wasn't successful in getting a piggyback?
You were not successful in getting one of the men to give you a piggyback, right? No.
I'm gonna turn to the man that didn't give me a piggyback. I'm gonna say, I'll remember this later, when I'm determining who gets raises.
He looks irritated and dejected, but says nothing.
Zennith will give that guy a thumbs up.
Are you sure? I'm gonna turn to Devin and be like,
Are
you sure you're gonna? I'm gonna turn to Devin and say, are you sure you don't want to give him a toes up? Oh, wait.
No, she would have dropped it the moment he turned her way. And
Yeah,
the moment
I'm
he
saying-
turned back away, she's sticking out her tongue at him.
Yeah, I'm saying it's probably one of the tech priests who's giving Zennith a ride. They have a shitload more upper body strength.
And some spare arms.
Yeah, partially because of the spare arms and the reinforced spinal columns.
When I get back on the ship, I'm gonna work on saddling some of the crew.
Like, you're my
Are
new
you
best
trying
friend.
to cause a
What's your name?
No, I just feel like this kind of ridiculousness is like totally Warhammer.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
don't get me wrong. It is ridiculous, but I mean, you're still treating them better than a commissar does.
Yep. I'm just gonna call you Philip. You're my new best friend, Philip. Just like pats him on the head. Kind of loopy from some blood loss.
Yes,
Endorphins are fun.
by your will, my lady.
I'm gonna take out a little flask that I have, and I'm gonna take a nice shot if my character drinks.
There is no breathable air here. You are,
Can I have? Do I have a system where I can like pour it into my suit and then it just?
I'm gonna say
automatically.
sure, why not?
All
It
right,
would
cool.
boil as soon as you open it.
Oh, true. Damn. Okay.
If it's
I
a
get that.
vacuum, it would boil as soon as you open it.
Yeah.
There's a question. What about my foot
Yep.
and this suit?
Oh, wait, no, I don't think it is a vacuum. It's just horribly toxic.
Oh, Dada, no.
Shit.
Or rather, horribly corrosive.
So I need a new void suit.
Corrosive.
Yeah, I'm
Quick,
saying that
duct
part
tape.
of the reason the tech priest is helping you is because the tech priest is also the one who sealed your suit.
Oh, good.
There was a lot of sparking and welding involved. It was quick, and it was not pretty.
Duct tape.
I'll take it.
There were a lot of metal tentacles involved.
It's okay. It's a happy squid friend, Philip is. So, right, objective. We had an objective.
The thing that you have endured this shit for.
Yes.
Yes, so, continuing to push onwards. You had noticed that, while the Farseer was making a pretty good show of her spear, she had very little to offer in the ways of psychic powers there.
Oh.
I thought that was just because you couldn't remember all the shit that she could do.
While true, there's a good reason for it this time.
The spooky, scary Tyranids?
Yes. What I've been trying to look up for the past 45 minutes is what exactly the Tyranids fucking Shadow Across the Warp rule does, to no effect.
Oh.
Seriously, every single other rule related to them. Easy, pull it up, bam.
Shadow Across the main one.
Shadow Across the Warp, it's on their sheet. Nowhere does it explain what it does, except in one Reddit post that I can't connect to. Mostly I was checking just to make sure that Zennith can indeed do her thing, and interestingly, I think she probably still could, despite the Shadow and Warp. So I don't think it actually makes it any more or less difficult to open a Warp Rift. But so, as you push onwards, further into the complex, it seems as if you've certainly pulled in a decent number of Tyranid from the area before. You come across ones and twos here on occasion. They're quickly shot down by Geralt's men or the Farseer's men. The occasional smoking corpse falling from a ceiling or going limp mid-jump or mid-run across the hall. But it quickly becomes apparent that you are closing on something much bigger as you draw to the center of the complex, and you can all feel the weight of the warp core at its center.
Feels like horrible malignity.
Pardon?
As it feels like horrible malignity.
It is that. It is never pleasant to be in the presence of one of these Martellan warp machines. Although you've survived so, perfectly fine thus far.
Well, thus far this is as bad as anything has gone.
Oh, and another note for Romeo, who had missed this part. In addition to the fact that the planet's atmosphere is corrosive, the planet is also unbearably hot.
Got it.
And is a blasted glass wasteland.
So I'm pretty sure that it was probably like a speedy drop off and then a quick jump back into like above the atmosphere to make sure the thing doesn't melt the ship.
The ship's probably okay in the short term. On the plus side, the planet contains a lot of useful radioactive minerals.
Ooh.
If, for whatever reason, you don't end up going with a plan that involves the destruction of the planet.
Do we have any of those?
Yeah, can we just blow up the planet?
You don't have any conventional means to do that.
I don't care. Let's just smash an asteroid into it. I'm like so sick of fighting Tyranid. I don't like Deneb doesn't want to lose another foot, even though we could call her like Double Stumpy if she did lose another foot. It'd be funny. But I just don't feel like fighting any more of them. So let's just smash an asteroid into the planet.
Hey, Philip, could you take a note for me that I need to kill him later?
Don't
I
listen
could
to
do
her,
it for a
Philip.
price.
Hey.
It's business. It's always business.
Do you wanna settle this outside?
We have other
That is-
pressing matters.
And settle
Such
it
as-
outside our suits. You first.
As I say,
Excuse
as I'm
me, if my
twirling,
crew could just confine our duels to after the mission, please. Thank you.
twirling my pistols, my dueling pistols in my hands.
But okay. So, you are coming upon horribleness. You know there is horribleness just around the corner, or rather, just past a rather large door that is slightly pried apart. You wouldn't actually need to open the door in any noisy way. But it leads to some sort of drop into a chamber, and you cannot see the contents of the chamber at present.
Do any of our tech priests happen to have periscope eyes? Because that'd be really handy.
Or it's like Bender and they just like go out of his head.
Yes!
Let's see. One of them does have an optical mechondrite, which is more like Bender's arm, with an eye on the end.
Alright, so I'm going to direct that one to carefully look inside.
It is not good, Lord Captain.
This whole mission has been not good. How sort of specifically not good is this particular situation?
The creatures within do not appear to be aware of our presence as of yet. But
How many of them are there?
a great many. I doubt that we possess the firepower to hold them at bay for long. Certainly not to wipe them out.
Options, anyone?
Are there other paths we can take?
I believe the device that we are seeking is contained within that room.
Oh. Well, I don't have any explosives, which would be handy. Considering
Can you
there's so
get-
many.
Can Romeo give a thought over Vox chatter?
Let's see. No!
Okay.
Aw.
I rolled to see if the tech priests were successfully able to get that message through there.
Sadness.
The ground is pretty thick here.
Well, if we could somehow set a trap, I would say do that. But I don't think that's even a thing we can do.
They look asleep. Could anyone sneak by, maybe?
Yeah, I guess. Give it a go. Not that I want to, but that certainly is an option. Which I can actually do pretty well.
Do you think it would be possible for someone to piss them off and run like hell while we wait for them to go by from a hidden alcove?
Well, yeah, but then where does that person go?
That's a good question. Is that actually a survivable plan, or are they way, way faster than a human would be?
What you have observed thus far is at least that the the swarming hordes you saw are much faster runners.
So not a great plan, then.
Not if you want them to live, that is.
The Farseer speaks up. I am unable to manifest my abilities here. Whatever these creatures bring to bear, it is something that we are unable to use our powers in. However, we may have an additional tool for your plans.
More tools would really help right now.
She approaches the corpses of her men, the scouts who got cut down, who are still amidst the sloshing remains of the Tyrannid. Or, well, things that you're already well past that. She had retrieved things from those corpses that she brings out now. We do not normally allow human access to our technology. She produces a sphere from her robe. We have few grenades, but we do have some. I had been intending to save them to cover our escape.
Do you think there's more Tyranid down here?
Well, we're been through that.
It is entirely possible there are more inside passages.
Can they be adjusted to be activated later? Remote?
Out of character, what are they called? Or what are they? So would I know by looking?
Well, it's definitely an Eldar grenade. I mean, you've had them blow up on you on occasion. An Eldar plasma grenade.
Okay, not great.
Will one of those destroy the device?
I am uncertain of the structural integrity of this Martellan construct. Or the consequences of doing so. Though, given our situation, I would be willing to risk them if there are no other options.
Well, I mean, one option is that we lob grenades in there and then shut the doors. Did the doors look sealable?
The doors look like they were forced apart at some point. Looks like the motors have been broken out, or burnt out.
So probably not so sealable.
Given time, maybe, but it would require some potentially noisy mechanical work.
Demev would casually point up. Cave-in?
That might not potentially... Like, the object might still be alive in there. And then you've got a cave-in to deal with. We need to make sure the thing is shut down inside as well. Do we know... I suppose we wouldn't really know how to shut down the machine, unless we assume it's just similar from the other ones we've come across.
You have already dealt with a machine that was remarkably similar to this one on the other planet.
Oh, can we actually physically see the machine? Or was it too far away? I didn't really get it.
The tech priest is able to see the machine, yes. Not in detail,
he
but he can see the machine.
I'm going to ask the tech priest if the room has any other prominent features.
There is a large catwalk surrounding the chamber. This door leads directly to it. From there, it drops down into the chamber where the Tyrannid are resting.
Do they look similar to the ones we've already fought? Anything unusual?
As best I can tell, they appear quite similar, yes. Though there is another that is much larger.
Another.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Well, that's assuming it can bleed. It's fucking Tyrannid. You don't know what that does.
How far down are we here?
What, you mean underground, or
Yeah.
like 20, 30 feet?
Probably more than that. That's how deep the shaft you went through was, and then you've been steadily going down.
Oh, it's been a slope, okay.
But do we have sort of a general guess of how deep this might be? Like, is there any sort of possibility of maybe we just try to get up above, plant the grenades there, try to blast a hole through the ceiling as much as possible, and then rain down from the cutter through the hole?
You don't think you've got the firepower for that one. Definitely, this chamber seems to be one of the deepest portions of the complex.
Of course it is.
Could you describe this special Tyrannid? Much larger? Any more arms than 2?
It is huddled and facing away. It is difficult to tell.
Fair enough. Like, how much bigger? Bigger than the warrior?
Much.
Oh. I don't know what that is. I don't like the sound of that.
Nor I.
I have no experience engaging the creatures, but I would not advise attempting to fight it.
That's what you say.
I wouldn't advise it either.
It's wise. I mean, I don't know. Is the grenades? Are they timed? Like more than a few seconds?
They can be set to a longer period of time, but they are timed. We do not have a means to remote detonate them.
Well, as long as they're minutes, then I think that would be enough time. If one were, like, if you wanted to throw them, or I throw them at the machine, then, or plant them, if that were to be more safe, on the machine, and then we leave. Hope that destroys it.
Planting them seems like the riskier, but more likely to succeed option. If we were to throw them, it would undoubtedly awaken the Tyrannid.
Oh, we can just kill them if they wake up. They're pansies. All they did was eat Denim's foot. Like, we lost a few red shirts. A big deal.
We have a bigger force in there though, and there's far scarier Tyrannid than the warrior.
Fine. I think you guys are a bunch of little girls, though. Especially
are you volunteering to be on point then?
Especially these Zelda right here. They're a bunch of cowards.
Does the big one look like it would block an entire hallway?
It is possible, though not one of the larger corridors.
I have an idea. How about we send all the Elder in to fight the Tyrannid while we blow up the engine?
You saying that in front of them? Just in front of everyone here?
Yeah, that's my idea. In front of everybody.
We do not have the numbers.
Yeah, but you can definitely hold them off long enough for us to destroy the engine, and that's why you guys are here anyway, right? Like, that's the end goal of this. Like, I don't care about the engine. You guys want it destroyed. I mean, you could.
Well, we do as well.
We actually totally care about this.
It could totally be like your sacrifice. Like,
I would be more than willing to stand against the creatures if I had access to my abilities. They are blocking them, however.
Well, can we remove that then? If you know of like a situation where one would be able to remove this?
The only means to remove it is one of our greatest obstacles.
Well,
in other words, it comes down to killing them either way. Alright, so what if our quiet, sneaky people get up onto the catwalk and prepare an overwatch?
If they look like they're sleeping, or... No, I guess I'm supposed to have to look at them first.
Thaddeus is pretty good at sneaking. Maybe he could just like go around them and I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely a
That
situation.
was the option I was outlining. Is that ideally he manages to slip in there quietly, lay our devices, and leave. And if he gets spotted, you keep anything from eating him before he manages to plant the devices.
I look at Thaddeus straight in the eye and be like, "I'll try my best." And I have a little bit of a smirk.
Yes, I'm fine with this. That's what the captain wishes.
Like, I can try to lock the big one. Maybe that'll disrupt their shadow.
I think I like my character a bit better as a little bit of a shit.
He works. And hey,
Works for you, I guess.
he is still more tolerant and treating his men better than the average Imperial officer. He suggested throwing the aliens in first, as opposed to just saying, send the red shirts in, and order for more red shirts.
To be fair, that's what I would have done.
What, send the aliens in first?
No, well, they're Eldar, so yeah, but just in every situation, just send men in it. Fire men into the problem until the problem ends.
That is the Imperium's solution to most things. Just start throwing.
I don't know how good the captain is with that. Like, our captain doesn't like to waste men.
I know. That's why we're going for the alternate options. It's all like that car, you know. Don't kill anyone or no emotional trauma. Gotta do it through other means.
Alright.
It is not as though we have an infinite supply of men to throw into this particular grinder.
We do, don't we?
Well,
We can order for more.
You have a shitload of them, at least. Although, there is perhaps a proportionally larger shitload of Tyrannid. Well, not more than the entire population of your ship, but eventually the functioning of your ship would start to be impeded.
Is there, like, stats for that? Or, like...
Eventually that
How
would start
many of your crew do you need to feed to the Tyranid to fuck up your ship?
Basically, crew population is something that normally only goes down in ship combat, but if you started feeding hordes of your men to the Tyrannid, it would eventually start reducing in population loss.
And couldn't the Tyrannid just turn them into more soldiers, like, once they eat them?
In theory. I mean, in theory, they could turn any of you into more soldiers. They could turn corn into more soldiers. They could turn the air of this planet into more soldiers. It's organic.
As long as it's organic. I was gonna. I have a piece of equipment called a stummer, which, when carrying an active, it gives me a +30 bonus to silent move tests.
Is it just you or people around you? Can't remember if it was an area or not.
Cancel out ambient sounds and noises made by moving personnel in a small area.
Okay, so it could cover a team.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go in with them. I'll go
For
in
20
with them.
minutes. Well, I'd rather go alone. If it would make it easier for everyone.
The
Damn.
Eldar,
We're definitely
Moon.
getting more of those.
the Eldar are also quite sneaky.
They are, but I don't trust them as much as I trust myself.
I'm going with them.
I'm not going to stop
Yeah, I
you.
thought you were going to be sitting Overwatch.
I mean, if he wakes up the Tyrannid, he'll be fucking glad that I'm there.
Only to leave you behind for cover.
Isn't that why you would want the Eldar to come with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, but I'd rather just go alone.
Alright. Fine. Go on. I don't care. My character
It's
does
fine.
not care. He's just being
Yeah.
trying to be a good guy.
As long as you can stand guard or overwatch at the doors or catway for when I do plant the bombs.
At the
Yeah,
very
right.
least, the doors are a very narrow aperture. Basically, you have to go in sidestepping. It's that
Oh, I
narrow
see.
of a gap.
Okay.
The Tyrannid gaunts could make it through in single file or climbing over each other pretty quickly. You know, they'd spill through like water. But
Mhm.
they would be coming more or less single file through a very narrow gap.
Just point guns at it and it dies. As long as there's backup for when I do whatever I have to do. Which is at base plus 40. Actually wait, 30 I think. Yeah.
Great, so that sounds like a plan then. Thaddeus plants the bombs. Everyone who can sneak and who can overwatch is overwatching to stop anything that he wakes up. And if we go that angle, we are definitely running like hell soon.
Well, the Eldar are definitely on Overwatch,
Oh, it is plus 14, yeah, good.
since they are the next sneakiest people in the group.
I'm just gonna wait with my last bit of a flamethrower.
I would have to fail a plus 90.
Or the Tyranid would have to get crazy good rolls.
Yeah, I'd have to roll so bad because with the stomach and my sign skin,
Right.
it's plus 40, 50 agility base. So I'd have to.
Well, this is pretty much exclusively a sound-based test, so the skin probably wouldn't come into play.
No, it's a silent movement as well.
Oh, it does? Okay, cool.
Yeah, for concealment and silent move.
Okay, cool.
Don't know why, but you know.
I'm assuming it's some kind of sound dampening shit.
Mhm.
But so, toss it out, just to see if you fail horribly.
Oh, I've got fates, so on the first one, I'm gonna give myself a plus 10 because why not?
I was about to suggest that.
That's neatly compounded, but yeah, that's obviously a success.
How many degrees? Relative.
With an extra plus 10 on that, it'd be 4, I guess.
Okay. So, Thaddeus slowly creeps into the chamber. Not even any of you can hear him, even though you can actually see him as he goes through the doorway. Those of you who are actually watching through the doorway can see him dip over the side, down the staircase, deftly stepping over the occasional hibernating Gaunt. The Eldar filter into the room behind him and take up positions on the catwalk.
For the stomach, by the way, it's 20 minutes of continuous power, if that ever comes into it.
Okay.
And then it runs out.
Yeah, you had...
Also,
oh, yes?
Side note, you can also spend a fate to add 1 degree of success to any roll. After you've rolled it.
Oh, okay.
Also notable. Though 4 seems to have done you good in this case.
Hopefully.
Fucking hope so.
So you have 4 grenades on hand. The remaining Eldar warriors have positions with guns aimed down on the Horde. And you are walking through a Tyranid horde bigger than anything you've ever personally borne witness to.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any or many Tyranids.
Well, certainly this is a pretty damn big chamber, and there are Tyranid everywhere.
That's horrific. Also, can I see the big one? Is that just like a thing I can see?
You are able to see the big one.
How big would it be if it was standing?
6, 7 meters?
That's nice. Isn't that like Carnifex size?
I maintain that the Carnifex must be a shitload bigger than that, but yeah, that would be the stated Carnifex size.
Oh, cool. I'm scared. Does it look bulky or like thin?
Thin-ish.
Okay.
I mean, it's got that, you know, warrior look to it.
Right.
Tyranid warrior look to it.
Okay. So what does the machine look like? Like every other machine we've seen?
Well, you've only seen one other machine that looked quite like this, the one back on the irradiated, demon-infested world.
Yes.
And it is distinctly possible that the only reason this planet is not demon-infested is because the Tyranid are here.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Since they sort of create a blanket over this area. Well, I hate to think what's going to happen after I do what I do.
But so, you slowly creep up, and I did see the captain's note of setting fire teams up. So you make it to the base of the machine.
Yeah.
It's a large, humming monstrosity of a thing, with a point sort of midway up, glowing with warp energy from inside. Which would potentially be its weakest point, you suspect, although it is halfway up the device.
Okay. How would I get up there? What kind of roll would I need for that?
Is there a climb skill? Be surprised if there isn't.
That probably makes sense. I think I probably have climb as a thing, which I do. I'm trained in climb.
Well, do up a climb.
Okay. Gonna re-roll that. There we go.
That's 2 fate you'd send?
Yes, that is my entire fate gone. My entire pool of fate of 2.
Well, hey, luckily that was a good fate reroll.
Fuck yeah.
So you scale the device up to the,
I could have gone ugly pretty fast.
up to the middle of the thing. So you are now face to face with the observation window of the device. Roll willpower.
No!
Minus
No.
10.
Don't want to. Yeah, that's a failure.
That's a failure.
Uh,
This would be something that gains you corruption. I don't know if,
I get stuff for that.
Yeah, I know you reduce corruption. I can't recall if you get automatic rerolls on that. It's not a fear roll.
Let me have a look. Armor of Content, I'm resistant to corruption, and there's another one that is relevant, which is maybe Unshakable Faith. Unshakable Faith. Oh, it's a fear test. I get to reroll fear test, not willpower.
Yeah. It's what's your corruption reducing thing do? Corruption would be involved.
Okay, let's have a look. The explorer's hatred of all impure armors his soul against malign influence. Whenever the explorer gains corruption points, reduce the total by 1 to a minimum of 0. With the successful willpower test taken as a free action, he may ignore the effects of accumulated corruption points for 1 round.
Okay, in that case, you gain only 2 corruption gazing into this thing.
How do I feel?
You feel like your mind has been opened to the warp.
Oh, I had 5 before, so I got 7 now.
Okay. I mean, you're still not over 10, so you're not rolling for a malignancy or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 insanity. 2.
Got that. I don't want insanity.
This system has not been good for the crew's mental health.
I don't think it would have been for anyone. Like, I'm surprised how people, like soldiers, aren't all at some point like hospitalized for being fucking crazy. With all the shit they have to deal with.
Jaded people like me would tell you that it's because most of the good soldiers are actually psychotic.
Yeah, I imagine all of them would have to be at least somehow psychotic.
That's part of the reason for the commissars.
war boys.
Are they sort of like the ones that keep them under control?
Kind of. The whole point of the commissars is intentionally trying to create officers who can exude that, who are you more scared of? That 3-story acid-spewing demon, or me? March.
Yeah.
I gotta eat, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. you begin placing the grenades around this weak point of the device. They're not too difficult to affix, though how long of a timer are you setting?
What are my options?
Oh, you could probably go about 5 minutes on these things. They're not really meant for long term.
No. I mean, do I know they make noises? Do they like beep down? Or is it just like a... how does it even work? I don't understand how you set time on a grenade.
I don't know. They do stealth infiltration. I assume that they have a mute mode.
That is true. Eldar are pretty stealthy. And even if they did beep, you have a stummer on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, ambient noises would get cancelled. 5 minutes sounds okay to me.
Okay.
Gives us enough time to hightail it out of here and blow up this thing. And be on a ship, hopefully.
Yeah, and if they suddenly get their powers back, or they feel something, like if the warp signature goes away, then we know it worked.
No, I just realized how incredibly fortunate the Tyranid are here, because if there is going to be like a warp incursion, the Tyranid might actually actively help against it.
They can kill each other.
Well, what I mean is, like, before, like, if you blew this thing up, it might rip a hole in the warp, but the Tyranid might actually make the hole not as big because they're around, right?
Maybe they'll plug it. I gotta plug a cork.
Like sending the Weeping Angels into that paradox. It's great.
Yes, I like this plan.
So yeah, I set them all.
Okay, so they're on a 5-minute timer.
Mm-hmm.
Do a climb check. Basically, there are 3 things you need to do when you're climbing here, and because you need to do all 3 of them, you need to make a climb check. You need to be fast, you need to be quiet, and you need to not fall.
50-50.
Can he prioritize 2 of them to make the check easier?
I'm gonna say yes.
I rolled it anyway, so...
Okay.
I don't give a fuck!
Okay.
Because like, yeah, Thaddeus is, like, by far the fastest out of everybody because of the run talent. Like, if he gets a little bells to run, like, he can hoof.
I
think the Tyranid are still remarkably faster, but I think he is the fastest out of you.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Possibly even compared to the Eldar, although I'm not sure. I think they have the talent, too.
Eldar are fast because they're fucking Eldar. They got that, like, sprint thingy.
Fucking Eldar.
I think in game terms it's represented by them just having that sprint, the same sprint talent you have.
Yeah, I was talking about the games, they will have that thing.
They also have unnatural agility.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh.
I wish I could have that. How do you get unnatural agility?
Mutations, specific implants, I think, or being an alien. It's only unnatural by your standards. By their standards, you're unnaturally slow.
That's fair enough.
So, as you pull back, the Eldar begin to slowly pull back from their positions. Everything's ticking down, making your way. You're at the top of the staircase, about 30 seconds left before the bombs go off.
Making your way downtown.
Like, and we're all still going backwards. I hope.
Do you break your stealth to get through the door faster before those last 30 seconds go down?
I don't know. Can I somehow use acrobatics to help this?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Where am I on the ledge? Is it on the map right now?
It's not on the map, although you guys are pulling back into a hallway that's pretty much like this anyways.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I managed to plant the grenades, and timing down, and I need to get out of the thing.
You're a few paces away from the door and 30 seconds away from detonation.
Do you have Contortionist?
No, not yet. I can at some point. I don't know when.
And
Not this rank.
The fire teams who were on the catwalk are pulling back through the door space, getting ready to pull back. Pull back in full to the exit point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say no. Or yes, maybe. I mean, the summer's still there, so... Sure.
Okay. Do a move style check.
Okay. Yeah, that beats my normal agility.
How much plus are you getting? You probably get some minus to this, but...
30 from the stammer, 10 from my thingy, plus 40.
Okay, yeah,
so I guess 6 or 5. I guess 5 above.
Okay, you're getting minuses, but it's not enough to fully counteract your bonuses. So
yeah, I'm rolling from a 7. Like my base would be 90, and I rolled a 35.
Right. Yeah. So you dart through. Basically, you break into a full run, with the stummer and careful foot placement basically making you unheard by the horde below.
Yeah.
So everyone else is slowly pulling back, and Thaddeus comes darting through the door like some kind of silent ghost.
He may have even had a box over his head. We don't know where he is.
Oh, and place yourselves accordingly. It will be relevant.
Oh, nice. Are we fighting the elves?
Not quite.
The elves?
Did you see what I said about, or you acknowledged you said you saw it, positioning, so...
Yeah, I know that you were with basically the red shirt line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I'll go behind the red shirts, I guess.
There were 2 layers of red shirts. A back line and a front line, so that one line could fall back while the other fired, and then, musket lining back.
I'll be wherever you think I would be down the corridor.
You were running towards them at this time. When the bombs go off.
Mm-hmm.
So Geralt is pulled back to here, the Eldar are pulled back to their Farseer. Everyone's guns are trained down the corridor. The Eldar are basically behind the second line. You guys are with the first line. He's running after placing bombs, not running with a bomb.
Damn it, you're right on the worst.
And so, as Thaddeus is running towards you, once he is a few paces from the line, there is a big blast in the next room. At first, it's just, a pretty large explosion. 4 plasma grenades going off simultaneously. But then you hear noises. All manner of horrific noises. Things from the warp, things from the Tyrannid. You cannot see. All that's emerging from that room is just a giant light pouring through the crack in the door, continuously, with alien and demonic shrieks all over. The light is continuously growing in intensity.
Onward, Philip, onward!
Okay, so in my understanding of the universe, roughly how big can this get?
This would be a knowledge warp thing. I don't know if you're fully aware of how big this could get.
Yeah, warp is not my sphere of knowledge.
That would be a -10 Denov roll if she was going to make it.
I could try. So just knowledge warp.
Knowledge would do.
No
-10.
warp? Okay.
Okay. You're not sure if there's an upper limit on the size of what this could go to. Although being contained underneath...
Your mic is so loud.
Yeah,
Nope.
there is a lot of ambient. Like you're on the street or something. But, yeah, you're not sure if there's an upper limit on how big this could get, though the odds of it extending past the planet are minimal with it being so far underneath.
Right, well, it looks like our objective is about as achieved as it's going to get, and at this time I advise a strategic retreat.
Go.
Okay. So do you begin bolting towards the exit point, I assume?
Yes, healthy run, good for the blood.
Okay.
Mush, Philip, mush.
What's your agility for the captain?
Fucking Batman.
52?
Your agility's, or your agility's 52?
It is.
Okay. You've upped it, I assume.
I
Well,
have.
over time, at least.
Can
Yeah,
we
nothing
assume
lately,
that?
but
Can we assume that Romeo knows this is happening, at least in some form? Like, at least that, like, shit is happening and he should probably move?
Yeah, he can tell that shit is happening.
Okay, cool.
And they will definitely need him at the exit point.
Yeah, I'll pull in. I don't know what's happening, but he can assume that he's probably needed.
All things being equal, there is a several meter shaft that they need to get back up quickly to get out of here. I.e., they need to climb on the winch.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm using my thing. My grab.
Oh, right, yeah. You have a grapnel. As do
so-
the Eldar.
Yeah, I'm just using that.
They would have jetpacks, but they're not Eldar pirates. All Eldar pirates have jetpacks.
It makes sense. With the Eldar would be pirates.
Hatred, Eldar pirates.
Are Eldar pirates synonymous with Dark Eldar?
They're two
I
separate things, but there are both of those.
I think there are Dark Eldar pirates, but I don't think all Eldar pirates are Dark Eldar.
Are all Eldar pirates, like, bad?
Generally. I mean, well, they're all going to attack humans, so as far as you need to be concerned, they're bad.
Okay.
Basically, they see you like the Imperium sees them. They hate you because you're humans, just like you hate them because they're Eldar. Racism countered with racism.
I hate them more, though.
The Dark Eldar probably don't hate you.
Wait, aren't Dark Eldar bad, too?
Oh, they're very bad. They're probably the worst there is.
So, but they don't hate me?
No. You're far too useful to hate. If they
they're like string pullers. They're like puppet masters.
Well, yes, there's that. But they could also drag you back to Kamora and feed off your pain and suffering to ensure their immortality.
Oh.
As they endlessly torture you for several thousand years. Until your body gives out.
They would hope that I would never get out, because I would shoot their face with them.
Oh, then they'd probably throw you in the fighting pits.
If there's one thing I'm good at.
They once tried and possibly succeeded in capturing a Space Marine Primarch for the fighting pits.
Really? They did that?
There's one thing I'm good at, it's living in a hole.
I can't remember who it was, but I think that one of the Primarchs is gone now, and the place he went might have been to a fighting pit in Kamora.
That just reminds me of that movie Planet Hulk.
Oh, they'd do an animated movie for that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
There was a big comic book arc for that.
World War Hulk?
Which I think came after Planet Hulk. I can't remember the sequence of events there. Point is, while you guys are running, the Farseer calls to the captain whilst whilst the group is rushing forward. Lord Captain! Lord Captain, hold one moment.
For fuck's sakes, what now?
No, carry on. We can't afford to stop the group.
Can just leave the captain.
Which one? Who was talking?
The Farseer.
Before that, the guy wants us to stop.
Oh, that was also the Farseer.
Oh, was it? No.
Right, well, this is not a healthy environment, talk fast.
I understand.
My character face palms onto the front of his helmet.
She looks back at everyone else and just says, "Go! We don't have much time."
All right, let's go. I start running.
Come on, Philip.
Yeah, so tech priests and the red shirts and such continue their rush towards the shaft.
I just am assuming the captain agreed to that, because the Farseer does not basically have authority over them.
Well, they currently have no reason to stop.
True. That's true.
I don't plan to stop for very long.
It's less that they're disobeying, it's less they're following an Eldar order to move, and more like they're not following the Eldar's original request to stop. I just wish to tell you, Lord Captain, that I am quite sorry for this sequence of events.
Is it his fault? I put my gun. I draw my gun. Oh no, I've already kept running. Never mind.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm about to get stabbed.
Of course not. You're getting shot.
Fucker!
Fantastic.
Are you? Really?
Yes, there is a.
Can I do awareness check to hear it?
Yes, same.
You can, certainly. You're at a bit of a penalty. Give that a -20 due to distance, Screaming Tyrannid, and Envirosuit.
Oh, can I burn a fate point to add 10 to that? Or...
No, you can only do that beforehand.
Yeah.
You can add a degree of success, though, can't you? After the fact?
If you were successful, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Adding a degree, not adding success in the first place.
Yeah, so
Well, that's perception?
That's perception, so based off your awareness. Or, yeah, based off your perception. Sorry, awareness is the skill, perception is the stat.
Okay. That would have been a pass normally.
I'm gonna add 10 to mine.
I'm gonna add 10 to this one. Ah, fuck's sake. That was ironic.
Yeah!
Alright.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, Captain, you take,
I don't get a dodge roll?
not on this.
If it's surprise, I suppose.
You can use a fate point to take 1 die 5 less damage.
Yeah! Oh no, shit! Damn it, it's 9! Gah!
Why did they make it 9? That's so weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
They use 9 for all weird warp-related stuff. Rolling 9s is also what gets you weird warp encounters and perils and shit.
It's like upside down of 666, probably.
But yeah, well, what is your... You're just wearing regular armor at the moment, right? You're not wearing the Martellin power suit?
No, I believe I am actually wearing the Martellin power suit at the moment.
Oh, okay. What's the armor on that? I know it's high.
7 all.
7? Okay.
Yeah, it's one less than the Lost Alloy shoot, which is 8.
Right.
I'm pretty sure for the white one. Yeah.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, I didn't have it marked down on my inventory because I was kind of wary of it for a while.
Right. And what's your toughness, Captain?
38.
38? Okay. You take 3.
I just double checked. It is 7.
Yeah.
How close is she to me?
Close enough. very close because the way
2
she...
meters? If it's relevant on the map.
That was our line position.
More like here. It's how she was able to pull it off because the pistol was pulled up out of field of view.
Fucking bitch.
Help the captain! That did not sound good.
I am attempting to use it in the stun mode.
Does it do that?
That doesn't change the roll at all, does it? It's shocking.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like a weapon attack?
Yep.
Okay.
And it doesn't change the roll, but the Eldar Farseer, to nobody's great surprise, rather effortlessly dodges that.
Dennis gonna point back at people and kind of flail.
As she does, a hole just sort of, not blasts open, but generates on the wall beside her and her 2 remaining men.
No, the fucking, like, webway.
It is very unfortunate, Lord Captain. I leave you to the doom of this star system.
That bitch.
Can I not find a grappler?
Do I have a shot at flamethrower on that bitch?
So, Zennith, have you ran back as well?
She let people know because she's still on the back of that one guy, but she was flailing like
I
people
run
know.
back. Sorry, I start running back.
Okay. Well, initiative rolls are relevant here, since all they have to do is move 2 squares.
Yeah, and then they're fucking gone in the web. Oh.
Well, you can see through here. You can see what's on the other side. It looks like the interior of a starship.
Oh, I don't want to go on it.
I take the first one.
Zennith.
We both have 13.
Imagine if you could hold her.
I want so bad.
Yo, I'm so into this.
I think you can, yeah. It's anyone, isn't it?
You can,
Or I could flamethrower all of them.
That would probably involve the captain and Thaddeus too, though.
That's true. I'd be
It
honest.
probably won't kill them.
Well, I think she's like specifically grappling or holding her is far better than hurting everyone. There's only 3 people.
You guys are a few paces back down the hall, though, with some curves and corners.
I'm assuming you need line of sight for the hold and gaze or hold and stare.
That's pretty much exclusively what you need for navigator powers.
Alright.
Bam.
Like, is the tech pretty fast?
Okay, so... yeah, it is looking like they've successfully stepped through the gate. Geralt and Zennith are heading back. They are coming around the corner just as they see the last flicker of the Farseer's robe make it through the gateway.
Motherfucker.
Which you have no idea if they could have activated this thing at any time or not.
Probably not. Then again, it is the webway. I think it like that's a whole different thing.
But... well, running through, Thaddeus does have a chance to do something after they've already stepped through, but he does have a chance to do something.
What would be the best thing to do?
Can I radio for more red shirts?
Well, why would we need more red shirts? They would already be gone by then, and we're trying to escape here, so more people doesn't really help.
Well, because we're not going to escape without the captain. Like, we're not leaving without the captain.
Well, they're not taking...
we don't need more red shirts to get the captain. We can just do it ourselves.
Yeah, but when the Tyranid come, we're going to need reinforcements.
We will be gone by
Dude,
then.
you're not fighting the Tyranid, you're running. The Tyrannid win in a fight right now. They just do.
Now we throw our entire ship at them.
You can't throw your entire ship. You're like 100 feet underground.
Oh man, if Thaddeus would have saved one of those grenades and just shot it in after them.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Alright, so how long does it take to get back to where the captain is and the tech priest?
Basically, you guys are there now.
Alright.
Your turn was spent getting back there.
Alright, who goes first, me or Zennith? Is it whoever has a higher agility?
I'm probably going to say that, although since Thaddeus was right there, even though he's last on the initiative order, he does get to do something first, since you guys already had blow your turns getting back there.
Okay.
So if there's anything Thaddeus can do, or wants to do...
Jump through the portal.
I'm not doing that.
Jump through the portal.
If anything's happening, it's not that. Well, there's two things I can do. That I can think of. One is shoot the woman with the full auto burst. Two is grapple her.
Well, grappling her right now would involve going through the portal.
Well, no, not technically. If she's just on the other side, I could be here and then just grab her back through it.
Actually, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess that's a GM call.
If it's basically like a doorway, then she isn't too far.
Parts of your body would be on the other side, and parts of her would be on this side.
Yes.
At any given moment.
But I think
hopefully that means they won't close it.
I think it means she's quite high level, and you know, she's pretty good with melee weapons. I kind of feel like a grapple check probably wouldn't help. I don't even know what grapple's based off on.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know weapon skill must be involved.
I'm thinking it will be. I'll have a quick look. Grapple...
Either that or strength.
Can you use your grapnel to grab her?
No, I can use it as a primitive weapon which flies out like a bolt at someone.
Basically, I assume that's just shooting them in the chest with the grapple line.
Yeah, it's basically just shooting them in the chest with the grapple.
Yeah, can you shoot between her legs with the grapple line and then reel it in?
I don't think it lassos.
If the attack is...
Well, it's still a grapnel. It's gonna have a hooked head.
Instead of inflicting damage with an unarmed attack, a character can attempt to grapple the opponent. It's a melee attack that is used either a charge action or a standard attack action. The attacker makes a weapon skill test as normal. Target the can use their reaction if able to avoid the attack. The Eldar, as far as I know, doesn't have that. Well, no, I think she got it back, right?
You don't know if she is agile enough to have the I can make 2 dodges in a round thing.
Yeah,
she already did that.
Well, she dodged the captain's melee.
There is a talent that your murder servitors have to let you dodge more than once in a round.
My ballistics basically double my weapon skill, so I'm just gonna shoot her in the fucking face.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot her 5 times.
Okay, roll that thing.
Yeah, that hits with lots of degrees of success.
Please enjoy our parting gift.
4, I guess.
4 hits?
4 degrees of success. I don't know if that gives me all my bullets. I think it does, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, because you've got your special gun.
You got a minimum +2. As soon as you get 1, you automatically get 3. You only need 2 degrees of success to, 3 degrees of success to get all your bullets, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she takes hits now.
And we were able to fire my flamethrower through that portal.
I get to reroll damage, so on one successful damage. So I'm gonna reroll that one. The 7, and the 1.
Okay.
So ignore the first 12, and then everything else counts.
Okay. So she doesn't die, but definitely she does get clipped by a hail of bullets as she steps through the whatever sort of gateway they've created back to their vessel.
Oh, please let me fire a flamethrower through it.
Oh, by the way, where does 33 hit?
Hmm?
Where does 33 hit?
There's rules for how full auto works, like how each subsequent shot hits this, this, and
spotting.
this.
Oh, really? It hits different places?
Yeah, I'd have to pull up the rules for it, but yeah, so she's just peppered with bullets all over. What was that roll for?
Oh, I realized I hadn't actually made the initiative roll.
Oh, okay.
If he's the attack squad, no.
Okay, I found the table. I happen to be around.
Oh yeah, multiple hits. First hit, second.
Boom. Oh, sorry, that copy and pasted really weird.
What page number is it?
It's 239.
239 in the book, but in the PDF,
Multiple hits.
244. So the first hit was body, arm, head, arm.
So basically you sprayed over her upper body by the look of it.
And if we're going by the tunnel, I think Captain goes... Actually the same time that the Eldar escapes.
Yeah, basically the whole... I had both the Eldar and the Captain's little exchange as both of their...
Oh, okay.
Both of their respective turns.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, so that does bring us back around to neither Geralt nor Denev actually has Field of Fire on the Farseer exactly.
So neither
But
of us do?
you can like see into the portal, but at your angle she's blocked by her person.
So what you're saying is you can shoot into the portal and mess some Eldar shit up.
Potentially.
That's what I wanted to do with a flamethrower.
I mean, there are Eldar beyond the portal one way or another. I mean, you can see some of them. Although it looks like they're becoming increasingly aware of you guys and